Well, so I've got a question for you. Have you, taken any notes over your last few months on this earth about your life path number or what you have, I guess, acquired from skills?
Well, yeah, I definitely did, but it's chicken scratch.
We love it.
If I can read it. Well, I'll read you one line and you can tell me this. Intergalactic quantum dimensional travel has long been documented in many texts across the globe. Beings with heightened abilities and sensitivities whom crafted and governed this... abilities and... I think they're sentient?
Okay.
Entities, I'm not sure. And entities whom crafted and governed this and may other planets seem... Okay, I butchered all of that, but I started off well. started off well. I'm not sure where I was going. I think I was going with aliens.
Yeah, you did a nice sprint and you ended up doing a somersault. It's fine.
I sprained my knee. Sprained my knee. But yeah, the ultimate being I see is creating a player in your favorite game and maxing it. Okay, I was referencing between your kind of potential as an individual and the connection with video games.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Forget the other part, but it was, the ultimate being I see as creating a player in your favorite video game and maxing out all the stats. Psychic, telekinetic, omniscient, and divine connection to the ether above. Man, I was really going on the tangent here.
Fair enough.
But I think, to summarize, I was going on to the idea that you have the opportunity to make what you want with what you have. And of course, not all of us have a full deck. But along your journey, if you pick the right choices, you will find you'll find your purpose.
I agree, man. Full deck or not,
yeah,
you do the best of the cards that you've been dealt, right?
Literally. And
I feel like a lot of us, we kind of might see ourselves as a victim, and unknowingly give our power to the people who made us that way.
That's easy to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's very easy
and
to do.
we tend, as a society, to compare ourselves to others. It's the way that it's built, but we should actually appreciate and celebrate our individuality and our uniqueness.
Powerful stuff, and I think it's a little bit wild now because individuality is taking a whole nother style in a sense. I won't get into all of that, but I appreciate the fact that people are allowed to express themselves fully, whichever flag that they fly. But yeah, if you don't have your voice and express yourself, you're just a robot, man.
Yeah.
You're just a vessel, just a husk.
I wholeheartedly agree.
You're a husk.
I personally realized that it doesn't. In the past, I didn't mind. Well, I did mind about how certain people were born into nobility, for example.
Right.
But I realized we're all just trying to swim through mud. It doesn't matter how much money you have, where your race is. Everybody, or most people, I'll say, probably not everybody, because some people probably cracked the code, but some people have suffered.
Yeah.
And continue to suffer.
Yes.
And these people could be doing well than anybody else. And it's about just doing the inner work and just finding how things like your life path, for example, can actually help accelerate your growth and potential and your uniqueness by extension.
Absolutely. I think, if you look at Buddhism, like suffering is a part of it. You have to do that. And we said earlier, unfortunately, some of the best things that you find is in the filth.
Yeah.
Kind of have to go, like music, some performances that people do on stage and whatnot, like they are channeling from pain.
Yeah.
Poetry.
Yeah.
They are channeling from trauma.
Yeah.
So, I was looking at Carl Jung and the idea of the trickster archetype. And it explained very well about comedians. They have to play with that trickster archetype. They gotta be on the nose with the jokes. They kind of lend from this realm of infinite kind of jokes
Okay.
as a good comedian, right? And obviously, it's a tricky path. And I understood that in order to do that, you lose something about yourself in delving into that energy.
Yeah.
And obviously you have to, and you know, it gave me a better look about people like Robert Williams and Jim Carrey, who in Robert Williams' case was, because he, you know, but it made me understand about the fact that these guys do have a very drastic sad side to them, you know, and the polarity is more wilder than we expect, because you see them as laughing and joking and like life of the party, bringing in billions of box office time and time again. But on the other side of it, you see a boy or a child inside that is sad and alone.
Yeah.
And I thought, wow.
It's a paradox, right?
Yeah, because they give all themselves to this entity of the comedian, the trickster, but they're not really feeding themselves anymore. So you end up just being this, you know. And then sometimes you see somebody walking past, like in their own time, and someone comes by and they rock all these jokes, and they're just like, whoa, because they're not in that space all the time. We don't get that as outsiders.
Yeah.
So that was pretty, like, I butchered that, but the idea is just that you know, there's certain energy that take a lot from you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does. It's sad, you know, like being an actor, yeah, you might get loads of money, but yeah, it sounds like some actors are going through a lot and they can't really portray it because they're kind of typecast, aren't they? They're made to be a certain kind of trope.
There is, there is that. There is that.
So, yeah, it's sad.
It is. It is. So yeah, the comedian or the trickster archetype will mess you up because you're gonna adhere to this energy and give yourself to it, but then you end up losing yourself.
Yeah.
And that's a scary thing that can happen with anybody.
Yeah.
You know, to kind of lose yourself.
Okay.